lucky if you can get out of there alive.
Insiders sounding an alarm.
Nobody else should lose their life being there.
Exposing the secrets behind the walls of a mental health hospital.
Should Christopher be alive today?
I believe so, yes.
Shining a bright light on a patient death, staffing shortages, and a state agency accused of tipping off surprise inspections.
The facility now.
Couple hours?
Couple days.
In so many words, Johnstown Heights is a shithole.
Now, Denver7 Investigates. Immediate Jeopardy.
Welcome. I'm Tony Kowaleski. Immediate Jeopardy is a designation announced by state regulators when they discover the most critical failures inside a state mental health hospital. It's also the title of this special report after more than a year of uncovering concerning and compelling testimonials from former patients and employees and accusations of a state agency neglecting its responsibility.
We begin, though, with breaking news. The state is shutting down a Johnstown mental health facility amid concerns of patients being mistreated.
Chief Investigator Tony Kowaleski broke the story nearly 2 years ago and has been working ever since.
You went there to get help.
Yes.
Did you get it?
No.
No.
Got the exact opposite.
If you ever needed mental health help again, would you go back to Johnstown Heights?
Oh, hell no. No.
You are hearing testimonials from 2 recent patients at Johnstown Heights.
It's not only the worst one that I've ever been to, I would label it as the only one that was completely inhumane.
As you're about to see, it's a story shared more than a dozen times over more than a year. Cries for help from patients and former employees.
There needs to be severe changes due to the staffing shortage. That's not safe.
Both patients recently were discharged from Johnstown Heights, calling Denver7 after logging on to the internet. After you got out and you learned about our reporting, how did you react?
I wasn't shocked.
Perspectives coming 14 months after our journey began into Johnstown Heights.
I think it's terrible. I think it's awful.
It started with former patients all coming forward frustrated with what they experienced, asking us to protect their identities because of the stigma surrounding mental health treatment.
I'm saying they're all about profit. They're all about doing anything to make a person stay so they can charge them more.
More than 4 years ago, state regulators heard similar complaints from the same address.
I am shocked that the state of Colorado would allow this facility to be open still.
Denver7 Investigates spent 20 months digging into issues at Clearview. What followed? The state shut down the facility in September of 2020. Then, in the same building, less than a year later, with new owners and a new name, Johnstown Heights opened for business. Mr. Peterson, Tony Kowaleski from Denver7. Do you have a moment? We tried to bring the concerns from multiple patients to the leadership at Johnstown Heights. We'd like to show you what some of your patients have had to say about the treatment in your facility. After several unreturned calls and messages to the hospital CEO, we met Sean Peterson on his way into the facility. Sir, why do you continue to walk away? Isn't this important? Will you talk with us? Here's our card. Here's my card. The card says anything I need to know, and it has my number. But his employees certainly had something to share after we left dozens of business cards on cars in the parking lot. What made you reach out?
Well, initially it was the note on everyone's cars. Anything that you need to know, I was like, well, yeah, this place is terrible. You need to know everything.
From what you've witnessed, what concerns you the most?
The length of stay for people. I don't think that people should be held as long as they do without seeing a doctor or a psychiatrist or anybody.
What did you witness that state regulators need to know about?
Vastly understaffing and filling the beds when we didn't have the staff to cover it, which is extremely dangerous.
And employees also shared this internal email with Denver7 Investigates. It was sent by the executive assistant for CEO Sean Peterson, just a few hours after we met the CEO in the parking lot. It includes Because of previous issues with the former facility, Johnstown Heights and its employees may be contacted by members of the media. It continues, "We ask that you don't answer any questions." And it includes, if you are pressed to answer questions, you can say we are too busy providing great patient care and are unable to answer any questions at this time.
I thought it was a little bit insulting that he didn't have anything else to say about why the news was at our facility leaving business cards on our cars. And instead he just told us to let everyone know we're giving excellent patient care.
I have never, ever, ever seen a place like this.
In the days following our initial report, our concerns escalated after hearing from 2 veteran nurses.
I have never, ever, ever seen a place like this.
He's a veteran nurse. He spent 6 weeks inside Johnstown Heights.
It's not acceptable. It's not right. There's a lot of people, a lot of good people can get hurt. And I don't think making money is worth it.
What was the priority at Johnstown Heights?
Money. They were prioritizing money over patient care.
She spent more than 6 months working at the facility.
You know, they're being warehoused. They're being kept there longer than they need to be because they want the heads in beds. They want the facility filled. They want the insurance money.
What made you decide to reach out to our team?
In 40 years of nursing, I have never seen a facility like this. And if something isn't done to change the way that facility is managed, people are going to get hurt, staff, patients could die.
Both saying staffing shortages and failures by senior leadership to prioritize patient care increased risks and contributed to their decisions to resign.
I saw a lot of scared people there. Sexual assaults happened about once a week. Assaults happened about once a week or once every other day. I was assaulted while I was there. It's a mess.
You saw the facts we reported. From your experience, were they accurate?
Yes, absolutely.
The patients were not being seen by the doctor. They were not going to group sessions. They were not going to counseling. They were not getting care other than multiple medications. They were just being housed.
The docs would come in and write orders for medications for patients that they had never spoken to, had never seen. They would change medications for patients that they've never treated, cared for, spoken to.
After learning of our reports, the state launched its own investigation.
Do you think state regulators have any idea the truth behind the doors of Johnstown Heights?
No.
In the end, courageous testimonials from 2 veteran nurses now hoping to force state regulators to dig deeper.
Is this a wake-up call to the leadership at Johnstown Heights?
If they haven't had a wake-up call by now, I don't know what would wake them up. If they don't make changes now, this is greed to the top.
It's a Sunday afternoon.
Do you want me to step in?
I knew somebody was gonna get hurt bad.
I'm with the patient.
This is a detox unit.
Not conscious, not breathing, CPR in progress.
They didn't have the staff to protect the patients.
Come on, man. Come on.
1 minute until analysis will resume.
You are listening to the voice of a Johnstown police officer.
Okay, ready?
Trying to save a life.
Okay, we have movement. It's very faint.
Johnstown Heights was a disaster waiting to happen.
And that disaster happened in November of 2022. The officer's attempts to resuscitate failed.
Did we call it yet?
I'm not going to call it unless I absolutely have to.
3 days after entering Johnstown Heights, seeking help for alcoholism, Christopher Dixon died on that Sunday.
He walked in there on his own volition, wanting to get help. Through negligence, he died.
Since Christopher's death, Denver7 Investigates has been digging to understand what happened and why. We've reviewed body camera video, the police report, the autopsy report, talked to more than a dozen informed sources, and we've obtained state inspection reports. BJ also reviewed those records.
You can't have a facility that just houses patients. In so many words, Johnstown Heights is a shithole. Nothing they're doing is helping the patients. There's no safety measures, and you're lucky if you can get out of there alive.
Officially, the autopsy concluded Christopher died of complications of mixed drug interactions of therapeutic medications. Just days after his death, state inspectors moved in. They uncovered critical and disturbing details.
He was not checked adequately. He was not checked every 15 minutes. And as a result, his vital signs decreased to the point where they couldn't come back.
9 days after Christopher's death, the state's Department of Health declared Johnstown Heights was in immediate jeopardy, the state's most serious designation for a mental health hospital. Officially, the report says the facility failed to ensure registered nurses assessed detox patients in 14 of 16 records reviewed. The report included the facility's failure created likelihood of serious harm affecting patients. It specifically cited failures in treating Christopher, showing at one time he went 16 hours without having his vital signs checked. Significantly longer than what industry experts suggest is standard practice.
I'm not surprised. They found everything that I thought they'd find.
State inspectors produced 3 different reports, more than 50 pages. They found at least 10 significant deficiencies. Specific to Christopher, inspectors noted the time medication was administered was not documented. In the report, nurses admitted they knew Christopher was at a higher risk. In fact, one nurse said to inspectors, alcohol detox was deadly if not treated appropriately.
He should not have died. It was not an accident that he died. It was negligence.
Officially, the Larimer County Coroner's autopsy says Christopher Dixon's manner of death was an accident. Based upon your review, should Christopher be alive today?
I believe so, yes.
The county coroner says when determining the manner of death, national standards do not include negligence as an option. Structure doesn't allow you to call it negligent.
Right.
But was this negligent?
I believe so. I think that the elements are there that both civil and criminal negligence could apply and that those arguments could be made.
This is also telling. It's from the official Johnstown Police report. It says, during an interview with Johnstown Heights CEO Sean Peterson, nearly 4 months after Christopher's death on that Sunday, the officer wrote, Sean said sometimes he gets nervous on Sundays because the facility is staffed with a skeleton crew. Is that acceptable?
That's not acceptable.
Was it unusual to have a skeleton crew working?
It was the norm to have a skeleton crew working.
It's also worth noting Christopher was not the first to die inside this hospital under questionable circumstances. Back in 2017, a 47-year-old father of 2 died inside the same hospital with a different name and different owners. Coroner Hanks was part of the team that investigated Tibor Hatay's death. What should people take away from these 2 deaths at that one address?
The commonality, a lack of supervision, a lack of adequate assessments and vital checks by the nursing staff. It seems like a commonality is the skeleton crew.
So what happens now? Our question remains, will Christopher's death on that Sunday lead to change, lead to accountability?
We can't bring Christopher back, but I think there could be hope that there's some justice out there that can be done.
There were people that could have stopped that, and there were things that could have been done to change that. And so it pisses me off that they still haven't changed it.
Do you think Johnstown Heights is getting a pass right now from state regulators?
Yes.
When state regulators conduct inspections, they're intended to make sure that state mental health hospitals are clean, safe, and following critical staffing requirements. In many cases, they're unannounced. But as our investigation has uncovered, what happens when you take away the surprise from surprise inspections? This investigation centers on the performance of state employees inside this building. What would you ask a state regulator if you could?
Why are you overlooking so many things?
His concerns grew from what he witnessed as a mental health technician inside Johnstown Heights. Why are you doing this interview?
Because I believe it's not a safe place for patients or staff.
And that safety concern sparked his decision to quit after 3 months on the job.
I quit.
Why?
I was assaulted twice, and the second time I was assaulted, I got sent to the hospital.
What was the staffing like the day you were assaulted?
Very low.
Do you think Johnstown Heights is getting a pass right now from state regulators?
Yes.
He's questioning the performance and practices of state regulators, paid with your tax dollars, paid to make sure this hospital is safe. Were these surprise visits by state inspectors, or did the facility know they were coming?
The facility knew.
Couple hours?
Couple days.
And this mental health tech is not alone in voicing those concerns. From what you saw, do state regulators need to take a closer look?
I think they definitely need to take a closer look, and they need to dig a little bit deeper.
This former nurse described to Denver7 what she calls the charade that unfolded after hospital leaders were tipped off about upcoming state inspections.
They'd call people in and say, it's all hands on deck, everybody's got to be here.
I feel like if it had been a surprise, there would have been a lot more issues that they found within the facility. Because when you have time to prepare for something like that, you are going to cover your tracks, and they're not going to find what is really going on there.
And that's the heart of this issue. Current and former employees have pressured the Colorado Department of Public Health to uncover the truth through unannounced surprise inspections. When state regulators watch what you've said, what do you hope happens?
I hope that they rethink how they run things, and that they're more thorough and pay more attention to things they seem to overlook.
Ultimately, stakeholders concerned about patient care saying oversight is overlooked.
Stop this from happening to anybody else. Nobody else should lose their life being there. Nobody should feel less than a human being being held there.
By now, you're probably wondering how the state is responding to the serious accusations made by multiple insiders. The director of facilities for the state's Department of Public Health has declined multiple requests during the past year. Declined to answer questions raised by former patients and employees. Declined to answer questions about Christopher Dixon's death. And also refused to address concerns about the non-surprise surprise inspections. After getting stonewalled, we took our questions to Colorado's governor. As you know, we've been trying to talk to you about Johnstown Heights. Do you have a moment for us?
Absolutely. Always for you, Tony.
We will address the governor's claim that he is always available to answer our questions in a bit. But let's begin with why it is critical we take important questions to the state's most powerful elected leader.
We all know that we can do better on mental health in Colorado.
That was the governor 2 years ago during a bill signing that promised to transform the state's behavioral health system. How would you describe that experience?
It was horrible. It made it worse.
During the past year, Denver7 Investigates has aired more than a half dozen reports uncovering critical failures inside a mental health hospital licensed by the state to provide critical care to some of Colorado's most vulnerable.
In so many words, Johnstown Heights is a shithole.
Multiple state inspections followed our reporting. Inspectors discovered 20 violations and placed the hospital under the serious immediate jeopardy designation on 2 different visits, but never issued a single fine. And then we learned this critical fact. Were these surprise visits by state inspectors, or did the facility know they were coming?
The facility knew.
And that brings us back to the governor. Do you have a moment for us?
Absolutely. Always for you, Tony.
We found that answer a bit baffling. Here's why. For weeks, we had requested an interview with Governor Polis. In a text message, we were told, "We are unable to accommodate this request." We then sent an email with options for interviews on 8 different days over 2 weeks. This time, we were told, "We appreciate your work on this and respectfully decline."
Okay.
Bottom
Go
line,
ahead, yeah.
we've been trying to do a sit-down interview with you.
Yeah.
We didn't want to meet
Sure.
you
No,
like
no,
this.
Go ahead, yeah. Always happy to.
And that's why we were forced to meet the governor before a public appearance. Our questions focused on why his state agency stands accused of making sure surprise inspections are anything but a surprise.
Our sources say
Yeah.
they've not been handling surprise inspections as a surprise.
Yeah. So we want to be made aware of anything like that, of any incident where anybody might have gotten a head up.
We also found this response interesting.
Because of course, Tony, no institution should ever get any kind of heads up for a surprise visit. Now, to be clear, there's other kinds of visits that they do that are not surprise visits.
Interesting because despite the governor's suggestion, data obtained by Denver7 Investigates tells a different story. Take a look. Since October of last year, the governor's Department of Public Health and Environment has conducted 25 inspections at Johnstown Heights. Data shows none of the inspections were scheduled. In fact, all 25 were intended to be surprise inspections.
So if it in fact occurred, we need to know who did it, and then they would be accountable, which means that they could lose their job with the state if in fact they did that.
You saw our reporting.
Yeah.
What was your response?
That we want more information to hold anybody who violated our policies accountable.
During the past half hour, we've answered many questions about this immediate jeopardy, but many remain unanswered. Our pledge to you is we will continue to shine a bright light on this mental health hospital, continue to ask tough questions to the leadership of Johnstown Heights and state regulators responsible for its safety. For our entire Denver7 Investigates team, I'm Tony Kowaleski.